Most of metal singers record their vocals at home, and most of you guys are also using budget-level audio interfaces with dynamic microphones such as RE20 or the infamous SM7B, and when this is the case, you want to drive them quite a bit to get some color on the way in and get some squeeze and push from your vocals. However, if you do so with your audio interface, if it is a budget one, you may not end up sounding the best. So, for this reason, certain plugins exist that can help you impact some tone and color on your vocal track, such as Howard Benson Vocal Suite, Modern Music Solutions, Gamma Vocal Suite, Joel Wanasek Vocal Plugin, as well as Neural DSP Mantra. And today we're looking at a new addition to this family of the plugins, and it is called Screamer by Ablaze Audio. Let's hear some examples of Screamer in action. And now let me show you what happens when you switch this off. That is quite a significant difference. Without the Ablaze, vocals sound quite flat and require the additional polish that this plugin has provided. Hey, I'm Dr. Mike Trubetskov, and I'm here to bring valuable information on recording, producing and mixing heavy music. So mate, please like and subscribe and share this so that the value travels. Let's go. Let me show you how you can dial your vocals in with this as well. In this plugin, you have these three sections: Control, Thicken and Flavor. Control is basically your dynamic section with compression and limiting, as far as I understand, with some distortion and saturation, which you can blend in with the mix knob, and with the low and high cuts. With the Thicken section, you're getting spread and diffuse, which are stereo widening controls. This is basically a tone shifting section where you can manipulate your width of vocals in different ways. And then finally you have Flavor, which is your spatial processing. So reverb with a tail end, mix, knob, delay of three kinds: eighth, quarter or half notes, and some ducking of that effect as well. On the output you have a limiter as well for safety features. And this is important. I've consulted the manual and I've used this plugin here and there for maybe a few weeks before I got to shoot this video. So the important element here is the gain control. And when you are recording a quiet microphone such as RE20 or SM7, you want to drive this maybe quite a bit. Let me show you. So this is all in bypass now. Let's get to this. Adding gain here in a digital way can help you hit better levels when you're tracking, but not fry up the original signal. So using this function can be beneficial in such circumstances. Clean it up accordingly to the sound of your mic. If it is boomy, roll off more of the low end, but don't get carried away. And same with the high cut. If it is too harsh, cut it up a little bit. Drive and mix, let's hear that in action. So this is really intuitive. You have three types of drives, which is normal, dark and bright, and you don't get option paralysis. You can just choose based on, again, the tone of your mic. That's fine. That's alright. And now chop and release. I believe that this is compressor/limiter, not 100% sure. But yes, indeed, it flattens the dynamics significantly. Dial that to taste. Sounded pretty good in the medium territory here. And compressing your vocals on the way in will help you to articulate your phrasing the right way, the way you envision it in your head, because there wouldn't be as much discrepancy in volume, and you would be able to hear more of the tonal shifts in your voice. However, you have to be careful to not underperform because of that smash on the way in. Let's play around with the Thicken section. You can audition this in solo as well, like a delta type of thing. What it's adding. So this blurs the stereo image a little in a pleasant way. This sort of pushes it back. See, this just makes it cooler in a subtle way, and I guess you can play around with this. It took me a little bit to understand those controls properly, but once I looked into the manual, it became reasonably clear. Now, flavor. Again, you're limited to a few options so that you don't overthink. And this is something that I have not found in other plugins. This is also seemingly CPU light, and I really, really respect that. Anyways, you get the gist. You can also duck and tilt that. And ducking is helpful if you want your vocals to sound neat, still with some sense of space and depth. Let's hear those layers in action. Cleans. Quite nice tails. Let me also show you some presets that Screamer comes with. This sounds great. And overall you can see how much flexibility you have with this and how many different tones you can dial in. So overall it took me a little bit to get used to Screamer, and looking through the manual was helpful. Once I got my grip around the plugin, I started to really enjoy it, and so you can try it out as well and see if it fits you. This is a sponsored review because I received this plugin for free from Ablaze Audio. However, my thoughts are honest, based on my experience with the plugin for the past few weeks. I hope that this helps you, and I hope this inspires you to track with color on the way in, be it Screamer, Howard Benson, or any other plugin as well. I'm Dr. Mike Trubetskov. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you, and until next time, take care.